Hi there, this is Michael here, and I'm just here to share something that maybe you already know, but that will add a little edge to your trading. Okay, so this is about divergences, really, and I will not necessarily go deep into what divergences is all about, but I'd like you to know that basically we have two types of divergences: the regular and the hidden divergences. Okay, so I just want to pay attention to the regular divergences, how you use that. You use the regular divergences to make entry with respect to angulation. This is very critical, this is very important, because I've discovered that some of the people that have reached out to me privately are having issues with determining the best, or what I would call validated, angulation with respect to drawing divergences. So it can be a problem, and I just want to address that in this video. Okay, so I decided to put together, some what I would call the basic angles, or the most useful, and what I would call validated angles, degrees of angles you can use when you're drawing divergences. And I want to show you some example on the screen, because on the chart rather, because a lot of people make this mistake. There was one that came to me just today, or that was yesterday really, and then the way this my beloved trader drew his divergence was out of this world. The angulation was too steep, and it couldn't have been correct. So I just felt that there is need to make it very clear, because the angulation is important, and I will try to show a few of them on the chart. So let's get to the chart. But before we go there, you see, when you're drawing divergence, basically I want to be speaking about regular divergence. I may just have to touch maybe on the hidden divergence example too, but this is mainly about the regular divergence. I think in my previous video, if you check, that will be the very last video before this one, you will discover I just made some, I don't know, was it that one? Okay, so I was talking about oh, I don't think that video was uploaded. I'm sorry about that. Okay, let me just say what I wanted to say. The truth is that you can use divergence to you know to to swing your trades. They are very good, but I want you to quote me anywhere. Divergences are not necessarily what I would say, they are not perfect entry patterns. They can only Divergences are only validated when there is a break of structure within the area of divergence. Okay, I may not go into detail trying to explain that, but for those who know what I'm saying, uh, divergences does not guarantee, that's the word I want to say, does not guarantee that a particular trend will ultimately reverse. you know Regular divergences are meant, or that are used to determine trend reversal, while hidden divergences are used to determine trend continuation, right? So but ultimately, divergences at first appearance does not and will not necessarily guarantee a reversal. That's for regular divergence. The only time a divergence will make sense to you who is using it is when there is a break of structure from within the divergence pattern spotted. Okay, so but let's just get on with what we're doing today. So you want to draw divergence, and I want to strongly recommend, if you're trading crash, you're trading volatility assets, I want you to love divergence. Try to learn more about it. Okay, it will help you a lot and will make you minimize your entry challenges as much as possible. Just that you have to be patient, but I can assure you that the pattern with the highest number of repetitions are divergences, most especially hidden divergences. Those are the types of divergences that will often repeat across different assets. Okay, so make sure divergence is your friend. Make sure you get to learn more about it. There is more about divergence which I can't cover in this particular video. Anyways, let's get into the chart. But I want you to look at these angulations, these different degrees of angle. 10 degrees, 15 degrees, 30 degrees angle, 35 degrees, 45, and 60. All of these angles are okay for divergence. Sometime I just added 60 because in some occasion, sometimes the 60 degrees will show up. All right, but anything outside 60 degrees is not supposed to be trusted, because if that happens, you're going to experience a lot of dragging when the market is supposed to turn. So, but if you can learn this thing that I'm sharing with you this moment, if you're watching this video, I want you to like and subscribe. Okay, if you do, if as in forget about the subscription now, as if you take this video seriously and learn and try to to test what I'm going to be sharing with you, you'll be very grateful that you came across this video. Okay, so I want you to look at these angles very critically. All right, and I'm going to show you how you measure it on your divergence, because they're very important. All right, just look at these angles from 10 to, let's even stay at 45. 60 is kind of it's too steep, almost becoming like a angle 90. We are just far away from 60. Before you know, we are just at 90. Just if you add 30 degrees, you're at 90 degrees. So some of the people that come to me, they use 75 degrees angulation to draw divergence. That is not correct. That is not what it is. However, I'm not saying this is in absolutism, okay? But I'm telling you that if your angulation is 75 degrees and you're trying to, that is your angulation drawing as far as divergence is concerned, is at 75 degrees, you're going to experience a lot of dragging. That is not correct. Even though your oscillator does the same, because when you're drawing divergence on your chart, there must be a corresponding vertically aligned oscillation, angulation in your oscillator. Okay, it must mirror the opposite of what is happening in your chart. That's what the divergence is about. So if you're drawing, diagonally ascending, divergence, maybe for example, a regular um, bearish divergence, you must have an opposite of what you're drawing in your chart in your oscillator. But let's look at it. Okay, let's go to the chart so that not we can minimize this explanation. Okay, so here we are. We have a few examples. I'm going to look at all these assets, and I'm going to try to see if we can find some of these examples. Remember that if it is too steep, we are looking at from 10 degrees to 60 degrees. So just looking at this, you discover that this is 60 degrees. Okay, so I'm going to try to explain. This is 60 degrees, just what is in front of us. Though this actually played out much later, but this kind of divergence is is very wicked, I would say. Okay, so here we are. This is almost like 60% angulation. Look at it. So let us say this was the last high at this level. It's fine. We can do this. Okay. Okay. And then remember that we must have a corresponding oscillator. So when price is creating higher high, your oscillator must create a lower high. Okay, so there is something like that. Okay, and they must be vertically aligned. I don't know if this is vertically aligned. Let me check if it is. Okay, it is vertically aligned. Come here. Okay, it means this should have been here. Okay, so it's fine. So look at that. So put it on this other one. Okay, stay with me. Okay, so that is how it is. So this one is steeper, you see, while this other one at the oscillator is not that steeper. That's why it looks more smallish. And so this is a rare situation. This will definitely drag sometimes. Okay, when you find this kind of divergence where it drags, because normally uh, this is like a 60% situation. I mean, sorry, 60 degree, not 60%, 60-degree situation. Normally it would have been something like this. It would have been, now look at this. I'm going to use other example. If it was this way, this would have been beautiful. Okay, this will go for from 10 to, 15 to 30 degrees, and then all that. It becomes too steep. This is like 60 degrees, so it will usually drag. I know you will not understand yet. Let's get to another situation. Let's see what happens here. Okay, very good. Let's come to M15. Okay, let's work with M30. Now, if you see what is happening here, this is another divergence situation. Okay, you see it? So what kind of what will you call this angle? Let's look at it. This will go for, you see that? Okay, so let's try to measure it. Let's see if we can measure it. So this is where it laps. Okay, so let's find that angle. What will be that angle? I think that will go for 45 degrees. Okay, so that will go for 45 degrees. All right, so here, this is high. Can imagine that. See, it's not very steep, but that's a divergence. Okay, so when you see that kind of scenario, if it becomes too tall, that is too high, it will make this angle very long, almost like 45 degrees. I mean, sorry, almost like 60 degrees. So you know that you have a problem. But if it is not too long, that's to say it's sprayed. It's sprayed. What I mean by sprayed is something like this. Maybe it could go this way, but it's sprayed. Then you have a good chance to you know to have an immediate reversal. Don't worry, we're still making progress. Let me get to let's look at volatility 100. I love using 30 minutes time frame. Okay, this thing is not rocket science. Just look at that. Okay, now look at this. All right, so let me find the angle. What angle would that be? So that will go for 45 degrees. It will pass for 45 degrees, and then you come here. uh, I'll try to find out if it is vertically aligned or it's not. So this is the correct one. You see, you have to always check the alignment. It's important because one of the rules of divergence is that the oscillator must vertically align with the angulation on the chart. Now look at this. Um, you see that? That's vertical alignment. If you come here, that's where it is. So it is important. The vertical alignment is very important. So you see, this is a okay, yeah. So this is actually a lower high, right? So price is making a lower high on the oscillator and a higher high. This is a regular bearish divergence. Regular bearish divergence are spotted in a bullish market. So you see, as soon as you see this, if it was for crash, it's the same thing. Just load it at the top here. You will see, you will have this drop. So I know somebody will ask, so when can I exit? When can I exit? You exit immediately it passes the angle. Okay, you can find it using 15 minutes time frame. So if you're, it's basically the idea, excuse me, the idea is actually for you to catch huge good drops for crash and burn, that you know that it will not cause your heart to jump. You can also use it. Now remember, if you look at this structure, it's been creating higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. That's a bullish structure until it breaks structure, break market structure, and you know um validates that break of structure. Then you cannot say that divergence is validated, because because there are possibilities that it's just giving you an entry, an alias sign or sorry, an early sign of divergence, it doesn't mean that the the reversal will ultimately take place. The only time divergence will run its full course is when it shows you the early sign, and then at the same time it breaks structure such that the market will ultimately reverse. Okay, so what I'm teaching now is very important. Just take note. Let's go to 75 awareness. I'm just going to show you it works for every asset. Okay, so this one is okay, this one is okay, very good. I think I like this example so that I can use it to teach something now. Somebody may say, okay, I think I've seen an opportunity. What about this? So let me show you. So you may draw this. Okay, now when you draw that, remember also that you must have a corresponding higher low. So if we call this, if this is the vertical alignment point, let's just check it out. That's correct. Okay, you see, so this cannot go for what, a divergent situation. So which means this is going to continually it's going to keep pumping. The only time this can be a regular uh, 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 bearish divergence is if this other part I have to draw at this point. If this other part was not there, so the oscillator has violated the validity of this divergence. So you see it now, because if this other part was not there, then we would have expected a reversal. However, understand, it doesn't mean that this may not decide to reverse on its own, but this is not based on divergence. That's the point I'm trying to make. Okay, so if it reverses now, maybe something else is causing that reversal, but it's not what we are trying to, validate now. It's not a divergence issue. Okay, it's critical. Yes, pay attention. All right, so let's get to another asset. Okay, let's get to 25. I just want to show you something. Just show you something. Show you something. Show you something. Okay, so what can I see here? Oof. What can I find here? Uh, okay, let me just show you something. This is a hidden divergence situation. This market, remember what hidden divergence does? It is to, confirm that the market is going to continue in that original direction. So it is for trend continuation, while regular is for reversal, right? So this market has been buying, and you're trying to find out if it's going to continue buying. So what you need to find is to find a hidden divergence. In this case, something like this. Price is creating a higher low. In this case, on the chart, then your oscillator must create a lower low, and it must still be what, vertically aligned. It is important. So as soon as this happens, when you see this in a bullish market, it's for you to make your entry. Okay, this is just what happens. Just be patient, because sometimes it dances around here for a while. It can deceive you here for a while. You will see a lot. It can do a lot of funny things. This one was pretty straightforward. Just from here it moves up, but there are situations where this will cause a lot of movement before finally going up. So don't be deterred. Stay, be patient, and in all of this, of course, you should have a risk reward discipline. That is very important too. Okay, so let's look at is it this one? Did we check this? Very good. This is the same thing. You see that? This is the same thing. This is even on daily. All right. If you check, this is daily. And like I said before, you can use it to swing for long as soon as you spot these things. Just to be patient. And then you have this. You see? Price is creating a higher low on the price, on the chart rather. And the oscillator is doing a lower low. So this is hidden bullish divergence. Divergence are very powerful, very, very powerful, very critical. If you know what to do with it, you can do quite a lot. So that's it. I think I'm going to clear all of those drawings. Now, I'm trying to, maybe I can even find something else, but let's see. Okay, let's look at Boom 500. I'm trying to find all the options available. Okay, all the options available that could pass for divergence. That could pass for divergence. M15, we can't find anything that looks like one. M30, no. Uh, this that what we are seeing is not something that is very clear. that will pass for divergence. Yeah, good. Okay, so I found something that looks like that will work, that will also pass for regular bearish divergence. Now look at this. Okay, so something like this, you know, this can go, and then this from here, you see something like that, it will go. So just that you have to be patient. You see, in this case, this was different. Definitely, it's going to eventually come down. So what you're looking for is um yes, in this case, you're just looking at this point. In this angle degree of angulation, where it is almost flat, you are not considering this situation, because that is what it will mean. You see, this is what this will mean. This can go for maybe 30 degrees. So this is what it will mean. You're not looking for this. As soon as it breaks this that angular that degree line, the horizontal line, you can now, after there is a break, I mean a retest, you can decide to go down. So but this is basically the divergence concept. Use this in trading crash, use this in trading booms, use this in trading volatility. I said it's a short pattern. Okay, I just needed to show you. You have to be very careful about the angle placement. All right, now let me quickly show you something that is not what it is. What I was trying to show you was something like this. Can I use this? Okay, no, but I can use this. Okay, okay, I don't know, but okay, so this is a typical example of what I'm trying to show you. Of course, this is not even correct. It's not going to work. There are people that would draw this and call it divergence. Please, this is a typical example of what I was trying to say. This will not work. When it becomes too steep, almost like a straight line, it is not divergence. No matter, even if you find a corresponding of course, you can't find something that will be as steep as this on the oscillator. So please, this is not what I'm saying. This is what I saw some of my students did. It must be something from 10 degrees to about 60 degrees. Even 60 degrees, I don't personally use it. So you see something like this. Let me just show you the angle. This is good. Almost like it's flat is good. This is good. This is okay. This is okay. This is okay. This is okay. But when it becomes almost like a straight line, I think you should avoid it. That's the thing I'm trying to teach you now. I hope this helps you. Please write to me, send me a message, reach out to me, ask questions on this, and then you can also be part of our community where we're sharing a lot of tips and you know helping you grow in your training journey. I want to see you succeed. You can make inquiries. You can find us from the description link below this video, and then get to make inquiries. All right. I just hope this will help you. Thank you.